on and you don't even smell them.
He ain't telling the truth. Tell her the truth.
Smell they pussy. See, you used to smell in the middle school pussies when they fucking period be coming out, whole fucking class funky. It ain't like that, man, with grown women, son. They have grown women have they fucking period and it'll be right outside you with her drawers off like this and you can't smell nothing. Man, this is the real world, son. Cut the shower is nothing. I mean, not cut the shower, but if you cut a girl with a period on, hey, bro, that's nasty. Either way it go, you nasty. You nasty. Out the gate, nasty.
He don't understand, man. He don't understand, man. Y'all niggas freaking, man.
But I'm just telling you, son, you'll see it later on in life. I can't even explain because I'm not even making sense to you about a woman. Because all you think about a woman, period, is stank. Because the girls in middle school. That's because, you know you smell them when you walk by the desk. And y'all be on your friend, be talking, ooh, her period on. It's that, you know that smell, that period smell. You know that fucking period smell, boy. Don't care. All y'all know that period smell in middle school and high school. You girls don't know how to clean their pussy yet.
Zay, do you agree with him?
Them girls don't know how to clean their pussy yet.
Do you agree with Boosie?
Let me listen.
He act like a nigga saying your period on this fuck. No, not like that, dog. Not like that. You're taking it the wrong way, son. But if you know a period on still cut, you nasty.
Hold on. Do I agree with what?
Do you agree with anything Boosie's saying?
I just gotta hear his son say that one more time. That's your fault.
I'm trying to talk to you, dog.
All right, but is that true though? Is that true?
Ask me a more specific question.
Okay, let me ask you a specific question. When an older woman is on her cycle, and like Boosie said, that clean pussy, do you smell that period?
I mean, depends on the female.
But do you agree what he's saying though? And when you younger like that, you can smell them. But when they get older, they know how to hide them. They know how to hide their smell it better.
Man, look. No, you can't smell everybody just because they're young.
But what I'm saying is,
granted, some girls don't know how to wash because they're young.
Yeah.
Some girls don't know how to.
That's what he's saying.
But some girls have been schooled by older women. They mom was on point.
Well, not
their grandmama
all of them.
stepped in. You know what I'm saying? You can't smell all of them.
Well, not all of them, but majority of them.
I can't. Look, I unfortunately did not. Let me tell you about it. I fortunately went to a high school with clean pussy. I don't know what the hell y'all was doing.
You ain't never walked by a girl and smelled her period.
I've smelled girls be funky.
You ain't never smelled a female on her period?
I ain't getting hit with these random landmines the way you and Boosie is. Like,
but I'm saying, but you ain't never smelled a female. You ain't never walked by a female and smelled her and said, she on her period.
The amount of times I've been there to say that about a girl in school, I've been there to say that about people on the street.
So you have smelled a girl on her period?
Yes.
So you know what he's talking about?
Yeah, I know what he's talking about, but it's not just because they're young. That's the point I'm trying to get to. It's grown women that don't know what they're doing.
I'm not saying every grown woman does. He said clean pussy. He didn't say all pussy. He said clean pussy. And we got some viewers in here. What's going on, y'all? Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Zay was over here looking at this Boosie video. Boosie talking to his son about women on their periods and how they smell, and if you can smell them on their periods. But some of them girls, they take care of themselves. And when they be on, you don't really smell it like that. Anyway. Why you giving that look?
I just asked you not to do that.
What?
Toss the topic.
I ain't tossed the topic.
You went back and explained it. Don't worry about it. We'll talk about this off camera.
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Wiley's World Sports Debate Podcast. And it's your host that does the most, the main man of the hour, more uncut than your favorite porn scene with a better jumper than a long range sniper, Steph Curry, more clutch than Tom Brady down 28-3 halftime of the Super Bowl, and the greatest of all time, like one Michael Jeffrey Jordan. It's your boy, Chedda the God. I'm live in the building today, ladies and gentlemen. And join with me today, I have my co-host, Big Cuz, Mr. AKA, Zaynificent, Zay Bands, Zay Velly, Zay Wiley. My sauce make your juice look like drink. The basketball guru, the Black Phil Jackson, is in the building, ladies and gentlemen. What's going on? What the hell?
I'm finna give you all the random shots today.
Oh boy,
You,
here we go.
You fucked up before we got to the intro.
Listen here. Fuck ups happen. Sometimes you ride down the road and you catch a flat.
No.
Sometimes you go outside with a brand new hairdo and it's raining buckets. Can't help it. Once is a mistake. Twice is a pattern. 3 times is a lifestyle. Remember that.
Exactly. We've had this conversation before.
was
So
only
now
once.
it's a pattern.
No, that was once.
No, we've had that conversation we had the day before.
You said, we'll talk
Before.
about it. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. Let's go ahead and jump into these topics.
Well, your patterns clashing. They don't even go together.
What you mean?
You look like Navajo up top. Look,
I
hippie on the bottom.
just feel like you. I feel a bit of hateration.
I told you gonna get all the random
You can
shots.
have all the random shots you want. Pew, pew,
No.
pew, pew. You watch the Matrix? Pew.
It ain't gonna be no dodging.
Pew, pew,
It ain't gonna be no
pew.
dodging.
Look here, I got a bazooka over here now.
What that man say? We finna black out the sky with arrows on 300.
You can black it out, but guess what I got? Huh. Got that shield. It don't faze me. Let's go ahead and get into the topics and let's talk about this Houston Rockets series. Well, the series is not over. James Harden's probably, partying with one Meek Mills. But let's go ahead and talk about it.
No, he definitely down at the bait shop. I see him.
Oh, he down the base shop. What he had on, man? He like wearing that weird shit.
I got a high counter, so all I saw was the beard. All I saw was the beard. I don't need to see nothing else.
Really, man?
No. All of them 6'6" and better. I gotta be high. I gotta be up off the ground.
All right, man. Look, the Golden State Warriors, even without the best player on the planet, in Kevin Durant, were able to finish off the Houston Rockets 118-113. My boy Stephen Curry, with the entire first half of a game 7, with the entire first half of game 7, and scored not one bucket, 0, goose head, nothing. Came out in the second half, switched shoes, by the way. Put on the Curry ones, for those who don't know who the Curry ones are.
Thank you, Perry. Somebody was gonna say it.
Oh, boy, what'd he say?
Insert Kawahi. Laugh here. He know what's happening.
Kawhi.
The claw.
Hey, where you getting
The
these?
claw.
Where you getting these? Where you getting who?
Mr. Cornrows himself.
Who making these? Insert Kawhi laugh here. Oh, he's talking about that. You and what you said at the beginning.
What? No, he's talking about best player on the planet.
Perry, are you laughing at best player on the planet being Kevin Durant, or are you talking about what we talked about at the beginning? Be Pacific in what you said.
Specific.
Pacific.
It's an ocean.
Look here. I'm from the south.
Body of water.
From the south.
A massive amount of liquid.
I
in one
am
place.
from the south.
That don't mean
Yeah,
nothing.
it does. I got my own language.
No.
My own words, my own dictionary. Matter of fact, Chedda's Webster is what I'm coming out with in about 5 years. Chedda's Webster. So you can keep it with everything I'm saying now. You can understand.
Don't nobody care about what you talking about. It is specific and Pacific.
Pacific.
Ocean.
Chedda's Webster.
No.
Yes.
So-
Everybody else do it. I can't do it. I can't have my own.
Everybody else is trying to make a
Look
living
here. This
based
man-
off your ability to talk.
This man brought a machete for the first 3 minutes of the show. They tried to take my head off. And now the man is trying to do open heart surgery and take my heart out of my chest. Good grief, man.
Nobody else is trying to make a living off talking. They don't even know what the hell you talking about.
Oh, man. I even showed the. Hold up. All right.
Man, can we get to Kawhi? I don't even feel like talking about the Houston Rockets.
But we got to talk about this, though.
No, we
yes,
don't.
Yes, we do.
The
Yes,
Warriors
we do.
did
No.
what the Warriors do.
Nope. For the Houston Rockets. Last year, what was the excuse? What was the excuse last year?
No Chris Paul.
No Chris Paul. This year, KD didn't even have to play. The man was at home on his couch, laid back with his right leg elevated, watching his boy Steph Curry and Klay Thompson do what the Splash Brothers always do: splash. Where was James Harden at? 11 for 25. Where was the beard? The man never shows up. He's the only MVP that never shows up.
I had the Rockets getting past the
Warriors. I'm just making statements.
Don't talk to me like that. Talk to the camera.
Look, man,
that's disrespectful.
What's up with all this machete work today, man?
That's disrespectful.
You want close range something?
Yeah, I want hand-to-hand combat.
We need Mika. That's what we need. We need Mika back today.
No, we don't.
Mika, we need you.
No, we don't. I don't need her getting in the way.
We need you.
Your memory gonna be longer than 30 seconds after this show. You messed up before the intro.
Hey, man, it happens. Sometimes you pull your bike out the garage and the tire's flat. You don't get mad at the bike. What is it?
What kind of bad luck is that?
It happens, man.
Your tires go flat in your own
I've
garage.
seen people whose houses got flooded by waking up in the morning.
No.
It happens. Water pipe bust, house flood. Happens.
No.
Anyways, back to the game.
I ain't trying to talk about these two light-skinned dudes.
Why you want to talk about them? They're the best team.
They shot a bunch of threes. They made a couple of them, and they won.
Why we got to talk about
James
Kawhi, though?
Harden struggles. Chris Paul didn't show up.
No, he didn't show up, actually. He showed up for this one. He showed up for this one.
For
11 for 19, 3 for 6, 27
for
points.
one game?
38. Hey, look here.
For one game.
They said if we had Chris Paul, we would have won. They had Chris Paul. He did his job. James Harden didn't do his. Question. What in the hell can Houston do?
Nothing.
To beat Golden State.
Nothing.
Within the next 3 seasons. At least the next 3 seasons. What can they do? Who can they bring in?
They have to go get somebody like Kemba.
What?
Now, if you had Kemba instead of Chris Paul, that'll work out a lot better.
Nah. It wouldn't.
It would?
No.
Why wouldn't?
Because he's not a floor general like Paul. Chris Paul.
Kemba. That's an isolation offense. He don't have to be.
Kemba. Wait. Whoa. Let's go back.
Especially when Chris Paul dropping 6 points.
Hold on. Let's go back. Let's retract some statement. Now I got my musket loaded over here. Because a few shows ago, somebody told me that they needed a floor general, somebody with a high basketball IQ to operate this D'Antoni offense. So that's why they needed Chris Paul. So, Kemba Walker's going to come in and do the same thing he's doing in Charlotte. He's going to be, cardiac Kemba. But guess what that does?
Cardiac. Heart stopper.
Guess what that does, though?
What?
That takes the ball away from James Harden. Don't MVP.
First of all, in the playoffs, he don't need the ball. He don't need it.
Nope. We're not going to do that.
That is regular season James. In the playoffs, you need cardiac Kemba.
No, you don't.
No, you don't.
I'm going to tell you why you don't. I'm going to tell you why you don't. Because cardiac Kemba ain't winning MVPs. You can't. This man is not going to have MVP on his name and tell me in the playoffs he's not supposed to shoot the ball.
You telling me cardiac Kemba would not have had a better series than Chris Paul?
Not saying he wouldn't have had a better series than Chris Paul. My issue is, if you bring in cardiac Kemba, you're going to take him out of his game. His game is ISO basketball just as well as James Harden. He does his thing.
Then you keep them both in that game. Let him dance. Let him pat the ruck. It's going to look like the rucker out there, all isolation. Go get it.
Okay.
What you talking about?
That's good, but here's the problem. James Harden's the MVP. He needs the ball in his hand for 25. Yes, he does. Because we seen when D'Antoni switched that offense in the playoffs, after the first 2 games at home against Utah, he struggled 4 games in a row. Because they went back to that offense that they ran when Chris Paul was there. He works better in isolation basketball. If you watch that Golden State series, when he was going out there, when he was doing that flopping and kicking people in the ankles and trying to take people out like Zaza Pachulia, when he was doing all of that, it was an isolation basketball. Him and Kemba both can't have the ball at the same time. Only one person with the ball at a time. James won't get his 30 shots.
You gotta realize, Kemba is still an actual point guard. He's more like John Stockton and Steve Nash that people are going to give him credit because he plays in today's game. So he may not be as good a floor general as Chris Paul, but you don't teach that nowadays out of your point guard, and you don't really need that in a D'Antoni offense when you're not running the motion system he had with Steve Nash. If people are just standing around, you don't need a floor general. You need an assassin.
Okay, so let's go back to this then.
You need an AI.
Let's go back to this then. You said they need that floor general. So now you're saying they don't need that floor general.
I would like them to have that floor general, but they're not going to get away from the isolation system, as we see. So you need a isolation player. You ask me what they could do. Sometimes it's not about what you can do, it's what you're willing to do. They're not willing to make James conform to a system how every great player has to, which in terms elevates their level of play. Yeah, he started playing defense, but he's still dribbling so much he's tired and he can't use his legs to shoot. So go get somebody who can dance too. Because you're not going to put in a motion system. You got the best floor general in the last 15 years. And you still don't have a motion system. So there's nobody else I can bring in who's going to make you switch. There's nobody with Chris Paul's resume left in the league because they don't even teach that no more.
Agreed. Won't discredit that at all.
So you're saying don't bring in Kemba like there's another Chris Paul I can go get. Who,
No.
Rondo? He going out the league. Who, Rubio? He can't shoot. So what are you asking me?
The issue ain't the point guard. I know what you're saying. But for me, the issue ain't the point guard position. The issue is your MVP. It ain't because the talent around him, I'm not saying get rid of him. The talent around him is sufficient enough to beat Golden State. It's not like they can't beat Golden State with this roster. It's when you have an MVP that's underperforming, you're not going to beat Golden State with this roster.
But that wasn't your question.
I mean, I get what
you asked me, what could the Houston Rockets do to get past them? Not what James Harden could do to play as he would in the regular season. So let's stick to the topic at hand. The Rockets. The Rockets need somebody else who can survive and thrive in their system.
Who can they bring in?
Kemba, Kyrie, any other point guard except Chris Paul. Yeah, they're all good.
This is what
they're
I'm saying.
all good.
This is what I'm saying.
Chris Paul is getting old. He can't do it no more, and he's got to pace himself. James is about to be 30, so he's about to be on the backside. You can't wait around.
Oh, whoa. Time out.
After 30, most people are on their backside. Everybody don't take 30, 31, 32, 33, 34. Everybody's not built like that.
Bringing in Kemba Walker, and this is what I said. Bringing in Kemba Walker doesn't help the situation. It doesn't help it. It doesn't make it any better. Because now you're bringing in a point guard that's going to have to get 25, 30 shots a game, just as well as Harden gets 25, 30 shots a game. So now you got two players that are taking 50 shots, not including the rest of the team, not including P.J. Tucker, not including Ed Gordon, not including Jared Green, not including Clint Capella, not including P.J. Tucker. Those guys can get off 2 shots. That's what I'm saying. Well, I don't feel as though I hear what you're saying.
Capella don't need shots because all his shots are rim runs. So take him out the equation. Somebody got to spoon feed him like a baby. P.J. Tucker is only going to shoot off offensive rebounds and corner shots. You can get anybody to do that. That's based off your first 2 people getting that guard penetration. That's the only way you're going to get the corner shot if you're not setting the screen and they don't have motion. Eric Gordon is used to being the 6th man. He knows how to get his shots in around other people who are getting their shots. So I'm not understanding what you're saying. You're saying a lot. Your words sound good, but you ain't made a point.
No. I have made a point. What I'm telling you is, you got 2 players that are taking 50 shots, and you got other players on the team that can also contribute. You can't bring in somebody to do the same thing that Harden's doing. What Harden's doing isn't working. That's what I'm telling you. They need to bring somebody in. They need to switch up the entire system because isolation basketball and relying on James Harden in the playoffs has not won you anything. It sent you home twice at the same opponent, and this time without DeMarcus Cousins and without Kevin Durant on the court. The system ain't working. It don't work.
Because the Warriors are potentially about to blow up. So you telling me if, depending on where KD goes, if he leaves, James Harden and Kemba couldn't give them boys a run?
Hell no.
You lying to yourself.
Hell no.
You lying
Hell
to
no.
yourself.
And I'm going to tell you why they can't give him a run. Because if James Harden can't perform now in the playoffs and has never performed in the playoffs and he's reaching the age of 30, then at this point we shouldn't expect him to elevate his game in the playoffs. Russell Westbrook. We shouldn't expect him to elevate his game. He doesn't elevate his game. He's a regular season player. Kemba Walker has no postseason experience.
So who you gonna go get?
Who?
That's gonna fit all these criteria.
For me, if I'm Houston, this is what I'm doing.
Who you gonna go get?
No, this is what I'm doing. I'm not gonna get anybody. We're gonna start playing some team basketball around here. We're gonna start swinging this ball around. That's what we're gonna start doing. Because I got a marksman. I got a marksman in PJ Tucker who gonna knock it down. I got a marksman in Eric Gordon who gonna knock it down. And let's not forget the series that Austin Rivers had. Let's not forget the series that Austin Rivers had.
Tucker was a marksman?
He can knock it down from the corner. The man is a corner marksman. Not sit down from the corner. PJ Tucker, Eric Gordon, Austin Rivers, and Chris Paul. You got 4 shooters on this team, but you relied on an MVP who doesn't perform in the playoffs. Address it.
He's not a marksman.
He's not a corner marksman?
He can make it from the corner.
That's what I just said.
No, that's why you got to stop talking. if you play team basketball and you move him out the corner because you want motion, he's no longer a marksman because he's only really good from the corner.
So in a half court basketball, you telling me if I move PJ Tucker around, he can't find his ass back in the corner? He can't get back in the corner? He can't get to this corner? He can't get to that corner? You telling me that outside of PJ, I know you said PJ Tucker, but outside of PJ Tucker, nobody else can contribute? This is a team this team can beat Golden State if they play team ball. D'Antoni's system don't work in Houston. It's not the players, it's the coach. Like somebody told me, it ain't the game. The game ain't the reason why you're losing. It's the controller. No. It's not the controller the reason why you're losing. It's you. It's you. Get rid of D'Antoni. It's not going to work. He's not going to bring you a championship playing isolation ball in the playoffs with an MVP who is not going to step up, who's not going to knock down the important shots, or who's built their entire game around a referee blowing the whistle. If the referee whistle doesn't blow, he's ineffective. His game doesn't matter. And in the playoffs, they don't blow the whistle. They don't blow the whistle. Eric Gordon is a starter anywhere else. Anywhere else, he's a starter.
No.
He's a starter.
No, he's not.
He is a clip.
He's not. So
this man balled out the entire playoffs, averaging 30 minutes a game, and you telling me he can't start?
Where else has he started?
He hasn't started anywhere else, but he's playing 30-plus minutes in Houston.
You told me he's a clear starter anywhere
right now,
else,
he's a clear starter.
He ain't never started nowhere
right
else.
Now, he can go start for any team.
How old is he?
How old is it? I don't know. You tell me how old Eric Gordon is. You look how old Eric Gordon is. You acting like he's not better than at least 60% of the league. The man averaging 25, almost 20 points in the playoffs. 30 minutes a game.
So what's your point?
The point is, Houston has a team that can beat Golden State if they play a offense where the ball is swinging around and they're moving the ball around and getting everybody to touch the ball. That's why Golden State beat them. They play team ball. They played team ball in Game 7.
Man, 30.
That's fine. He can start anywhere else. He can't start in Charlotte. He can't start in Miami. He can't start in New York. He can't start in Cleveland. He can't start in Dallas.
No.
What?
No.
I'm out. I'm out.
Hey,
I'm out. You got to be kidding me. You got to be kidding me.
Obvious. Because okay.
You got to be kidding me. Come on, man.
Because we had this conversation before, and you just don't listen. You just don't listen.
I don't listen. You just told me Eric Gordon can't start nowhere else. You just said that.
You can't. You know why he can't start nowhere else?
Why he can't start nowhere else?
Because the boy's fragile. He's fragile.
How do you know he's fragile?
Put too much pressure and workload on him, he's going to get hurt. The reason he doesn't start is not because of his talent level. Some people only have a motor for 10 minutes. Some people only have a motor for 5 minutes. Some people like Kawahi and got a motor the whole game. Some people like Jordan and got a motor the whole game. Eric Gordon clearly cannot handle that role because every time they give it to him, he get hurt.
And this is what I told you last time. You were wrong because he plays 30 to 35 minutes per game. He plays 30 to 35 minutes per. He's on the court as much and as long as the starting roster is.
Right.
So if he's out of the court, he's not playing J.R. Smith minutes. Look, he ain't playing Kyle Korver minutes. He's playing starter minutes, but he can't start nowhere else.
It don't matter what you say. When every time he gets the roll, he gets hurt. I don't care. I don't care.
When's the last time he had the roll?
When the last time he been hurt?
When the last time he hurt? The last time he was hurt before he got to Houston.
He is sixth man because he stays hurt.
That's not why he's a sixth man. He's a sixth man because he's in Houston. If anybody else demands a trade, he started
nowhere else.
Because he hasn't left. He's in Houston.
He ain't always been in Houston.
But he's in Houston 30. Now.
He's 30.
He's in Houston
why he ain't
now?
Started nowhere else?
Because he has not left Houston. He's in Houston now. 30. He's in Houston now.
He's 30. Why he ain't started nowhere else?
You gotta let him go to the GM and say, let me trade me.
They don't rotate their roster 2 or 3 times. Why he ain't starting?
Because he's a valuable piece for what they need. I'm not gonna let somebody go who shows up in the playoffs when James Harden doesn't.
Why he ain't started nowhere else?
Because he's in Houston.
You telling me he can start somewhere else? So during the rest of his career, that's not Houston. Why he ain't been a starter?
Before Houston, he suffered injuries. He got to Houston. Hold on. Injuries are a part of the game. Let's not act like at least 90% of athletes don't suffer injuries. Let's not act like injuries not a part of the game. All right. He's in Houston. He is valuable to the Houston Rockets Why the hell, as a GM of the Houston Rockets, would I trade somebody who shows up in the playoffs when James Harden doesn't show up? That doesn't make any fucking sense.
Who the hell said trade him?
But I'm saying, you said...
Who the fuck said trade him?
But you just said...
No, the hell.
You just said, if he was that good and could be a starter, why is he starting anywhere else? Why is he still in Houston? That's what you just said.
Right. And I said during the rest of his career, because he's 39, he just got to Houston.
Okay.
So the rest of the time, why the fuck he ain't starting?
Injuries happen. Injuries happen.
When the hell did he get injured?
I can't tell you
when
Eric
he
Gordon
was
Stragglers.
You know what?
Let's do this.
No. When he gets injured, is because he's starting.
Let's do this.
Something about him starting and taking on that workload is not good for him.
Let's do this.
That's why he don't start.
Let's do this.
That's really why he don't start. That man stay hurt every time he starts.
He started his first season with the Clippers. He started his second season with the Clippers. Third season with the Clippers, he got hurt. He went to New Orleans. He was injured 1-2 years. Started in 2013, 2014. Started 2004, 2015. Then he got hurt. Went to Houston. Hold on, went to Houston. 75 games, started 15. Second year, and then third year, he's coming off the bench, but that doesn't mean that he's not
hurt.
That's not why. It doesn't mean
he gave you a year or two in that role.
But
he can't
what
handle
you're
it.
telling me is that he can't start because his body's so fragile, but he's playing 35 minutes a game, the same amount of minutes as a starter. That doesn't make any sense.
Why he only can play a year or two? Why would you build your starting roster with a guy that can't play more than 2 years as a starter?
It was early in his career, my
be a part of the core group if you gonna stay hurt.
This was 2008.
He's not Joel Embiid.
He's 10 years
he's
ago.
Not a generational player.
We're not saying he's a generational player.
You can't build around a non-generational player who stays hurt.
Who says build? Who said build?
Why would you start somebody you can't build with?
The Charlotte Hornets started fucking...
They garbage.
Hold on.
They garbage.
Hold on. They started Michael Gilchrist.
They garbage.
Now, hold on. You said if I can't build around you, you can't start. They started Michael Gilchrist. Come on.
They start anybody they can find. They garbage.
You're not making sense. If you're playing 35 minutes per game, if you're averaging 30 to 35 minutes per game, you are valuable to someone. You can start for someone. You can take Eric Gordon and send his ass to the Denver Nuggets. He's fucking started. You can send him to OKC. He started. You can send him to the Charlotte Hornets. He started. The New York Knicks. The Dallas Mavericks. Hell,
okay.
You can send him to the Phoenix Suns.
4 of them teams are in the lottery. He not starting at OKC. They're going to bring him off the bench
So
again.
you telling me they're going to start, they're going to put Dennis Schroeder over Eric Gordon. And Eric Gordon's averaging 35 months. Oh, look, and he's a playoff performer.
Why would Dennis Schroeder be the 6th man? Why he can't be the 7th man?
He's the 6th man now.
But
he's the 6th man now.
What does that have to do with anybody starting? Why are you comparing them to a... What does that have to do with anybody starting? We're talking about a dude who's not even relevant to the equation.
Whoa.
I said...
Back that up.
You said Eric Gordon would start, right?
That's right. He will start in
Dennis
OKC.
Schroeder being the 6th man ain't fucking relevant because he's not the starting 5.
But you said he's a 6th man. That's what you said.
Exactly.
I'm saying he's a starter.
No
matter where he goes, he's a starter. He goes to LA, he's starting.
It don't matter 6 through 15. If I said he's not starting, he has to start over a starter. Dennis Schroeder being the 6th man has nothing to do with him getting playtime over Russ or PG.
He gonna get the same amount of playing time. He get the same amount of playing time as James Harden now. That doesn't make sense. He will start.
You keep running back to these minutes when I'm saying he's not starting.
Okay, to be a starter in the NBA, right? How many minutes a game do you usually play as a starter?
Depends.
Okay, but on an average, how many minutes do you usually play?
Between old motherfuckers starting, young people starting, people
if
starting.
You're a starter in the NBA,
it's a lot of situations.
You're averaging between 29 minutes to 39 minutes a game.
Okay, who gave you
this
that
man?
Who gave you that stat?
Research. This man is averaging 30 to 35 minutes.
You said it, so you must have had researched it.
Yeah.
Who gave you that stat? Don't tell me to research.
You gotta research.
Like when I had a stat for you, you said who gave you that?
I got that from Stephen A. Smith.
Who?
Stephen A. Smith himself. The man himself. I got that from because if you're a starter, you're not averaging 30, 35 minutes and you're coming off the bench. Every 30, 35 minutes, that's starting minutes, baby. You can go anywhere and start. He can go to Miami Heat and start right now. He can go anywhere.
Starter minutes.
How many people get starter minutes in the NBA? Tell me.
29 to 39.
How many? Whoa. How many people get it? Because I can pull it up right now and tell you, it's only a few people that play 29 to 39 minutes a game. And those are 99.999% of those people are starters.
Hold on.
Over a season.
You know how many people can get 29 to 39 minutes?
Who? How many?
If you split the minutes properly.
How many minutes in the basketball game?
It's 48.
It's 48 minutes in the basketball game. 29 to 39 minutes. And you telling me that if I do this right, everybody in my team can average 29, 39 minutes.
Who said everybody?
You making it seem like that margin is
Who said that?
But
like,
no.
you keep having arguments over stuff I ain't even said yet.
You said that 29 to 39 minutes.
How many people can get 29 to 39
How many
minutes?
people can get 29 to 39 minutes?
My best guess is going to be 7 to 9. You only really got 12 people on your team.
So you telling me?
Because most people going to they're not going to have numbers 13 through 15 so they can trade or pick up somebody in free agency after the trade deadline. I feel like you could get between 7 to 9 people between 29 to 30 minutes a game if you splitting them evenly. That's the majority of your team. Especially when you ain't got nobody getting to the top side, like 36, 37, 38. If you got them to the bottom side, 29, 30, 31, I feel like you could rotate a lot of people. That's crazy.
In the NBA.
I didn't say nothing about actual.
In the NBA.
I didn't say like actually. I said what you could do. So your fact ain't really gonna mean nothing.
In the NBA. There are only 60 players that play an average of 29 to 39 minutes per game. 60 players. I know you said you could. 60 players in all of the NBA. 60 players are only playing between 29 and 39. And Bradley Beal is playing the most amount of minutes in the NBA per game, which is 36.9. 36.9. So really anything over 36.9 as an average in the NBA is considered high for minutes per game. But you're telling me that out of 12 people on my roster, at least 55% of it will be able to play 29, 39 minutes. And I'm telling you, due to mathematics and statistics, that's bullshit. That's bullshit.
Okay.
That's what I'm telling you.
You keep having these arguments based off shit I'm not even saying. Like
I just
who you arguing with? Like
this man just said.
And I told you before you even read the stat. If you're going by what actually happens, because I'm not gonna play number 9 the way I play Giannis or James or Kobe or Durant on the top of my roster. Of course, it's gonna be a low number. I told you that before you read it off.
Oh,
so you walked into
you
that
said,
and then tried to win a point
no.
off of something that I said wasn't even factual.
You said,
like that's
You said out of 12 people on a roster,
and you went to an actual stat.
Hold on.
Before you said it, you said I know you didn't say you. I know you said could, but I'm gonna read the actual stat. Like
because you gotta break. If you're gonna
say anything factual,
if you're gonna,
I said my best guess.
Okay, what I'm telling you is
because I'm adjusting everybody's minutes based off my own scale.
What I'm telling you is your best guess is not even close to what
my best guess off my own scale. That's dumb. This is my own scale. What are you talking about? But you gotta have
something you go by.
No, you don't. This is my own scale.
So you telling me?
What are you talking about?
That's like me saying. Hold on. That's like me saying in the NFL. In the NFL, out of 55 players, 40 of them gonna be able to play for majority of the game. But you look up statistics and tell me that's fucking improbable because they're not averaging this as a whole. That's what I'm telling you. It's improbable.
You read off is what people are actually doing, and people's skill level and your role dictates different amounts of minutes in actual games, especially when you have fatigue, player fouls, suspensions, timeout, different things like that. That's a whole different set of circumstances because you have more variables. You did not look up anything probable or statistic or nothing. You looked up actual circumstances based off multiple variables.
Statistics.
I stated something that didn't have any variables.
And what I'm telling you, even though it has no variables, make sense of it because that doesn't make sense.
What I said, if I'm not using facts and you are. Because we're talking about two different things.
You
took 1,000 variables and put it into a controlled experiment.
I'm not taking 1,000 variables.
Uncontrolled, controlled. It's two different experiments.
What you're telling me is, in the 82-game season, your guess is that out of 12 players, 7 of those players could average between 29 to 39 minutes per game if you control the environment and situation. What I'm telling you is that best guess is not correct because that can't happen if they're averaging between 39, if it's only 60 players averaging between 36.9 minutes and 29 minutes per game.
If we're throwing variables in, the way they sit and rest people nowadays, you could do it.
Brandon Beal ain't rest all season?
You could do it. Because you read the amount of games, you read the average. When you don't even dress out how they do nowadays.
So you playing all your players 82 games?
That don't count as a zero. When you get hurt, that don't count as a zero.
So
when you don't dress out, that don't count. When you DNP, that don't count as a zero.
Okay, those variables got to go into what you're saying because eventually some players are going to break down.
That don't count as a zero.
Some players going to break down.
What I'm saying? If we're going to start throwing in variables in a controlled experiment, I'm going to throw in the variables that help out my controlled experiment. Because you're not looking at both variables.
I'm looking at everything.
You're not looking at everything.
Yes, I am. Injuries.
No, you're not.
When you're up and you sit down, all of this.
It's not a zero.
All of this.
It's not a zero.
All of this.
When you get injured, you're a DNP. That's not a zero.
Okay, what about times you blowing people out? You gonna keep starters in the game?
Okay, that's another variable.
But I'm saying
that brings your 7th through 9th man up.
But what I'm saying is that doesn't make any sense.
That brings 8 minutes up. Your 7th through 9th man, that brings them up.
But still the starters. What about the starters? You gonna keep starters in the game?
He gonna have a double OT and get that back.
So he gonna average 29. You gonna blow somebody out within the first 2 quarters, and the second 2 quarters they're gonna play majority of the game.
They're gonna bring that back. Tight game.
Let's go on to the next. Let's go on to the next story, man. Oh damn, my boy home. Let's go on to the next story. You got a text.
You waiting for you to read the next one though.
All right.
Hopefully you can make sense of things this time.
Yeah, boy, you trying to cover my net? I got my machete. I got my machete.
No,
you ain't gonna
even arguing the same point.
You ain't gonna be out here.
There's no point of having topics if we're not talking about the same thing.
We ain't talking about the same thing.
We're not.
We talking about the same thing.
No,
you know what? You ain't gonna be up here machete me today because Meek ain't here. I got something for you. You thought you gonna hunt around clip me? I told you I'm gonna.
No, you thought you was.
I'm gonna slide.
You a dream stasis. You thought you was.
Let's go to the next topic, man. The Portland Trail Blazers took on the Denver Nuggets. This is what we do, man. This is for those who think we be.
That's how the hell you dodge a bullet.
Yeah, that's how you dodge it, man. You just,
nothing but shoulders.
That's it, boy. That's all you got to move. Hey, put y'all thing. I got broad shoulders. I can get. I can turn
they
to the
got
side.
no shotgun. They gonna eat all that up.
Hey, long as you don't get my chest, I'm good. Long as you don't get my chest, you can have his shoulder.
Man,
I can get another one of these.
You ain't even ducking. You ain't.
Man, look, for those of y'all, this is what we do, man. On an everyday basis, this is what we do. We argue sports, man. So don't take it personal. This is what we do. This dumb shit. Hey,
this dumb shit.
Devontae, this is what we've been doing this since diapers, son, since Huggies. We've been doing this. This is all we do.
Hey.
But we on to the next topic. Portland Trail Blazers took on the Denver Nuggets, and C.J. McCollum was out of his body. He played out of his body. 37 points, and also don't forget the crucial chase down block on Jamal Murray with about 3 ticks left on his clock. Now, Denver lost his game. Portland advanced. They go on to the Western Conference Finals where they will play Golden State tomorrow in the Oracle Arena. So we'll talk about that game too before we leave out of here. And they advanced. Damian Lillard did not have the greatest game. Man was 3 for 7 for the field, 2 for 9 from behind the line with 13 points, but he had 10 rebounds and 8 assists. And that's what I like to see in my point guard. Even though he took 17 shots, which was a lot of shots, but you gotta also understand this though. Denver took a lot of shots. They were 2 for 9 from behind the line. They were 33 for 89 from the floor. They took a lot of shots too. I mean, I do expect they to take a shot, but 17 kind of high for me.
Just read the words off. Don't throw your
Here
opinion
we go.
Don't slide your opinion in there.
Give me your opinion on this game.
I feel like everybody has been asleep on C.J. McCollum's handles.
That's right to the people.
I feel like he has to be up there in the conversation with Steph and Kyrie. I seen him do some things in that game. I seen him split a pick and roll double team with his left hand dribble, spinning and keeping the ball in his left hand, moving to his left. The man's handle is incredible. If he was the point guard, if he was like, wait, OKC and Russ wasn't there, man, he would be one of the top 5 point guards in the league.
You think he would be a better 1 to 2?
Yes. Because he's not a 6'4" shooting guard. He's a 6'4" point guard. That's different.
Okay.
Or he might be 6'2", but he's undersized at the 2.
CJ McCollum single-handedly took over this game. Without a shadow of a doubt. He took it over from 2. He took this game. For me, he took this game over. 17 for 29, 37 points, and 9 rebounds, 1 for 3 from behind the line. Damian Lillard was very cold in this game. He wasn't himself. And that's the great thing about Portland is that when one is off, usually or about at least 7 out of 10, the other one comes on, and they always get a third contributor, which was Evan Turner with the 10 points in the fourth quarter. As far as Denver was up at by 17 and a half, because remember, you called me and was like,
man,
hey, cuz.
they punched on. They get bodied.
They don't clock out on the boys. It's over.
I thought that was it, man.
But
That's
they called that
the game
timeout.
and everything.
They called that timeout early in the third quarter. They resettled. They regrouped. CJ McCullough just started taking over. Then you had Dame Lillard, who had 2 big shots, 2 big 3-pointers in the clutch. 2 big threes in the clutch as well. So, with all of that being said, Jamal Murray, the Denver Nuggets, played poorly. They played very poor this game. It was rough in this game for Jamal Murray.
This series wasn't supposed to make it this far.
4 for 18, 17 points from the
Hey, look. He's been hot and cold the whole playoffs. He's a young player. It's going to happen. This is just great experience. They weren't supposed to make it this far. If Portland center didn't get hurt, this game wouldn't have went. The series wouldn't have went 7 games. The Nuggets can just take this back to Colorado with them and just learn from it. Come back next year. They got a top 5 player in the Joker. They clearly have their guards of the future. Jamal Murray, Harry Giles, and those guys. Nice young group of guys. So they'll be there. They'll be what Portland is in a couple of years. They're just not there yet.
I think they can be where Golden State is in 3 years. Because I feel like the Joker is probably, if not the best center in the NBA. I mean, the man can put the ball on the floor like a guard. He can post you up. His pass is on point. He plays defense. He can knock down the outside. He does everything somebody 6'2" is supposed to be doing, and he plays defense. The only thing I like about him is it seemed as though when the game started getting close or down to the wire, he was wore out. He looked wore out. He looked tired. He looked like that. Like he was just running on fumes.
The only reason they were in the series is because he was able to control every aspect of the game in the way Damian Lillard is not, because he's not 7 foot. When you can rebound it and take it down the court and initiate the offense, that's one thing that gives LeBron an advantage. Jason Kidd an advantage. Rondo an advantage. Russ an advantage. They're able to control every aspect of the game. They can take the rebound, take it down, lay it up, and then play defense in a way that slows or stops the other team's movement. If Portland had their center, he doesn't do all that. He's not getting all these almost triple doubles and all that. Because your other boy's gonna be there to body him up.
In the words of Charles Barkley, the man ain't got enough ass in his pants. That's what it was. He ain't having enough ass in his pants. Zach Collins and his cancer, they didn't have enough weight or body down there for the Joker. He was moving.
Even if they did, they're not skilled enough to stop him. Cantor's not a defensive player.
No,
and the other dude is a high energy, tough, physical. He does what he's supposed to do, but he doesn't have that type of skill.
He off the bench.
No.
Rodney Hood left the game in the third quarter with a hyper-extended.
He an enforcer.
Yeah, that's what he is. Because when he come in, he be wanting to fight. I mean, what you so aggressive for, man?
Hey.
Who sent you off the bench, man?
Who put that battery in your bag?
Yeah, man, this baby coming in with hostility on his mind. Calm down. But
Rodney Hood is going to be key moving forward.
But if Evan Turner is able to do what he did in the fourth quarter at least until Rodney Hood is healthy enough to come back. That still gives them that balance, because the first 6 games, Evan Turner was a no-show, but he showed up in the fourth quarter in the most important part of the game.
Excuse me. Teams like that, they're so deep. Guys struggle because they can't get a rhythm. It's not enough minutes. I mean, you're trying to split them all. There's not enough minutes. You can't get in a rhythm. So I expect him to play better because he's going to be able to get to his rhythm and stay in it longer with more minutes. But they're going to need Rodney Hood's athleticism to keep up with the Warriors. He's long. He can move.
They need his shot. He's got
a better shot
against the Warriors.
He can also start and initiate offense with his shot and stretch the defense in a way Evan Turner can't. So it's going to be a high-scoring series, but I don't see it going too long.
While we on the topic, let's talk about the series. Golden State Warriors versus the Portland Trailblazers. This is for the Western Conference Finals. This is what Dame Lillard's been chasing. This is why he's here. This is what CJ McCollum. And we got to go back to the regular season. Remember when CJ and Kevin Durant was kind of going back and forth, and CJ told Kevin Durant, "I'll see you, in the Western Conference Finals." He chuckled it off. Well, you might want to eat that chuckle because he's here.
Who gonna eat that chuckle? That's Kevin Durant. CJ McCollum is not on his level.
Oh, so you saying this? So what are you calling it? Are you calling
so
this
what CJ gonna do? Guard him?
I ain't gonna guard him. I said, what you call it? A sweep? 4-1? How early should we expect the Trailblazers at your big shot?
How quick is Kevin Durant coming back?
He's gonna miss game 1. At least game 1.
I say 5 games at the most.
See, you being nice. You been shutting me down, but you want to be nice to the Portland Trailblazers because of Dame time. I'm gonna tell you what it is.
I like Dame.
Nah, man, bump that. I get him in shaded Dame. He get him in shaded too. This will be the quickest. This will be quicker than a quickie. They're gonna be in and out like a cookout drive-through. I'm gonna give these boys a nice 4-game sweep. Expect them at your big shot early and give Dame a nice discount because he did hit that big shot against Russ and walked away with no emotion. So you gotta give him a little discount. But they're gonna get this series gonna be over.
This is my big shot. I ain't gotta do nothing.
And give that man a discount, man.
I ain't gotta do nothing. He gonna come down. He gonna get his bait. He gonna fish. He gonna enjoy his time with his family. He gonna go to the beach. He gonna get his toes wet and he gonna get ready for next season because he got at most 5 games left. I
said 4, man. Klay Thompson will put the clamps on CJ McCollum. He gonna clamp CJ down. He gonna. If y'all think for 1 second CJ McCollum gonna give you the same production next series, put something on it. What you want to do?
What is holding CJ down?
He won't get more than 15 points in the 4 games that they play. The Golden State Warriors. I'm gonna tell you what happened.
I put my rent on that.
When Chris Paul told Steph Curry, "You can't pregame shoot," and he kind of messed up his head that first half, and he put them Curry ones on.
Them nurse shoes.
This ain't call it what you want. Them orthopedics had that boy flinging that thing out there. What a dislocated finger. I'm gonna tell you right now, Dame defense ain't like Paul defense. You know what I'm saying? Dame ain't got that defense like Harden been playing this season. Not saying Harden better defending them, just saying this season Harden been playing better defense. Steph finally gonna be able to breathe. He couldn't breathe against the Clippers. The boy play defense in the Clippers. Patrick Beverly, them boy they scrap you up, they get down under you. Mm-hmm. Chris Paul, old veteran, he dirty. He the one type of dude that nudge you in the gut when you shooting a 3. You know what I'm saying? Pull on your jersey, little veteran antics.
Loud Pack Deja.
Oh yeah, Loud Pack Deja. What's going on? That's Perry's sister.
Oh, okay.
We call her Loud Pack Deja because she always be coughing. She had to cough, so we just call her Loud Pack like she been smoking. Yeah, she be smoking that Reggie though. Yeah, she's smoking that. It be looking like pine straw. Well, she be smoking that pine straw.
It be brown.
Yeah, it be brown. I don't know why she be smoking that pine straw. I told her to come fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? I got some, you know.
Y'all too talk about that.
She on that pine straw.
Dame's defense is not there like that. And Steph's gonna be able to breathe, especially with KD not being there as a shooter. Offensive threat, it's all about your rhythm. He's gonna be able to have more touches, do his thing, find his spots. He don't have to defer. So he's gonna naturally get off. But you can't disrespect CJ like that. Like he gonna get 20.
Him. I ain't disrespecting him.
He gonna get 20.
I'm just saying Klay Thompson's a hell of a defender.
You say he won't get 20 at all this series.
Yeah, he won't get there.
Put something on him.
What you want to put on him? Put a little 5 on it. A little 5.
This guy
A little 5. A little 5. Yeah, little 5. I'm
that.
telling you right now, Klay Thompson gonna have that boy in clamp land. Them boys, they are trying to get rest. See, this is a veteran team. They know they hang around with Portland. Dame Time gonna come up, and Curry defense ain't on. They ain't got time to be chasing that boy around the court. And CJ McCollum, get in and get out. That's what it's gonna be. I got Golden State in 4.
Steph finna get put in the torture chamber.
By who?
All of them. Who we gonna guard?
He ain't got to guard nobody. I'm gonna tell you why. Like I told you last show, Damian Lillard used all his Dame time against Russell Westbrook. That's his nemesis. It's like Batman and the Joker. You know what I'm saying? He used all his energy against his nemesis. He ain't got no more left in the tank. That's it. That tank burnt out. This is the furthest this team has ever went. You gotta understand, this is Golden State. They just not catching their second win. They ain't even breathing hard. They good. They done had 7 games with Denver, 6 games with Houston, with OKC. Was it 5 or 6 games? 6 games. Mm-hmm. With OKC. That's not putting a little weight on you. A little weight on you. These boys, they been doing this. This ain't nothing to them. This is their 4th, 5th year doing it. They got this. Telling you, man, CJ won't get no more than 20 points. Klay gonna put them clamps on him. He gonna take a swim out there in the Pacific Ocean. he gonna get his groove back. He gonna come out there. He gonna clamp that man. You want his CJ McCollum's name next series? I guarantee you. The man, it's gonna be like you ever been to church and you hear somebody, you get him in the back. That's how they gonna be. Hey, CJ, you still there? Okay, man, we just checking on you. Klay gonna put them clamps on that boy, man. Don't do that boy like that.
Delusional. Delusional. CJ gonna get off.
All right, man. Let's go to the next game. Your game. The game you want to talk about.
Yeah.
Don't know why, but
that man Kawahi, the best player on the planet.
Man, look. The
shot heard round the world.
What I'm not gonna let you do.
And I'm gonna let the people know. You called me as he was to a moment in time. It didn't allow me to see the shot live.
Could you repeat that for the people one more time, please?
No, I don't need to repeat nothing. They heard me.
No, repeat that for the people one more time.
Oh, they ain't hear that?
No, repeat that for the people one more time.
I'm gonna let the people know that you called me in the middle. As soon as Kawhi caught the ball and started making his way to that corner, to a moment in time. He didn't make his way to the corner. He made his way to a moment. And you did not allow me to watch the game live. You messed up my stream with that call. I couldn't even see the post-game interviews. You done messed up my stream so bad. I had to wait till the next day.
Hey, man, look. I think you need to call your cell phone provider. They ain't got nothing to do with me.
I was streaming just fine. Big old Chedda come across my phone. Messed up my whole stream.
Look, man. You need to call your cell phone provider. Verizon, whoever you with.
I got Verizon. Verizon solid.
But maybe one of their tires might have went out for a couple seconds or something.
Nah, man, that's all right. I should have had it on my TV anyway.
But let's talk about it since we talking about this game. Toronto Raptors, Philadelphia 76ers, Game 6. Big game for Kawhi, a lot of shots, but it doesn't matter when it's Game 7. You got to do what you got to do to get your team over the hump. And they did it, winning this game 92-90. Now, before I even dive into this game, I want your honest opinion on the game. What did you think about the 76ers play this game against Toronto Raptors?
One thing I noticed, both coaches were very short in their rotations. The game was very physical. It was very intense. Strong defensive matchup and showing for the Sixers by the stat book. Although Toronto was missing open shots.
Like crazy.
The goal is to put them in a situation to miss shots. And if they're missing shots, you're going to leave them open. So, but Toronto just got that guy. That's just the difference in the series. The difference in the series is Kawhi could go shut down your best player and still give you that production in a way that Jimmy Butler could not reciprocate. Ben Simmons wasn't slowing down Kawhi. Jimmy Butler he needs to have the motor and conditioning to play both ends the way Kawhi does, and he doesn't. That's just the difference in the series.
I don't like the fact you call this man the best player. It's only one. He's about 7 foot tall. And he doesn't brush his hair. That man is the best player on the planet. Let's not
The
disrespect
only
him.
thing you said that was truthful is he don't brush his head.
The hate I got to deal with from you and KD.
Look, we not gonna sit here and let you lie to these good folks.
I ain't trying to lie yet.
Yes, you did.
I ain't trying to lie yet. But I'm gonna say this about Toronto. I didn't like when I watched this game. I did not enjoy the fact that everybody was passing up open shots. Everybody from playoff K, who don't never show up, all the way to Pascal. Everybody passed up open shots to feed Kawhi Leonard. Now, granted, in Game 7, in most Game 7 situations, you kind of play a little hero ball. Give it to the best player, get out his way, and let him do what he does best. I understand that. Now, going into this next series against the Milwaukee Bucks, I don't think that they can do that. But then again, I think that was just a Game 7 thing. Okay? Mm-hmm. As far as the Philadelphia 76ers, I want to talk about, who I want to talk about, cuz Chesty Blatsis. Joel Embiid.
Mr. Bubble Guts himself.
BG, I can't hold the guts in me.
BG no longer means baby gangster.
It means bubble guts for you. Listen, man. Joel Embiid was very, very emotional of this game. He was comforted by his girlfriend in the tunnel. She was hugging on him, kissing on him. Baby, you're going to be okay. When asked about the process in interviews after the game, he told them that he don't care about the process. He lost. His feelings is hurt. That big man is upset. Listen to him. If you're going to talk your shit on the basketball court, if you're going to go in press conferences and tell people that you're going to win MVP, that you're the best player in the in the NBA, that you're the most dominant player in the NBA, that you own real estate in Andre Drummond's head, all right? If you're going to make statements like that, you cannot show emotion after games like this. And I don't want to hear the bullshit that, oh, man, you ain't going to play sports. Well, listen, I played football. I did wrestling. I did basketball. I did track. Hell, I probably done did water polo. I don't play so much sports when I was young. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I don't did soccer. I don't did all that. I played on a soccer team that didn't win a goddamn game. And I went to school with everybody that played in the league. The whole soccer team was my first grade class. Not my team, but another team. The team that was undefeated. Yeah. And my team was the Mighty Moses. We ain't win a goddamn game. But guess what I was in there doing?
I know y'all.
Running the bars, running that mouth, but we gonna beat y'all. Shit, man, we got our ass stumped in, man. You think I cried at that game?
No.
And guess what I had to do? Go back to school and sit in the same desk the next day. I'm out here running my mouth. We done got beat 30-0. Got beat so bad the referee called the match off, man.
He had to put the mercy rule out there?
Yeah, they put the mercy rule on us, man. It was 30-0, man. In 15 minutes. The game was 35 minutes, man. We ain't even halfway through. The referee done called the game off, man.
Hey, that one played no defense.
Look, I played goalie the first 5 goals and told them, hey, y'all want to switch? Them boys can kick, man. They placing that ball everywhere. But that's what happens when you run your mouth. You know what I'm saying? You can't run your mouth and go crying in the tunnel when you lose. Take it like a man. Because when you
that
winning,
makes me feel like he's soft.
Exactly. That makes me feel like you're soft and that you can't handle losing. That you can't handle the pressure. And I don't want to see that from my franchise player.
Yeah, especially the way he talked. Especially the way he's. I don't want to call him soft.
He is soft.
I'm gonna call him an extreme front runner.
He's push pillow soft. Soft. Stop it. Don't be nice. You machete me, you machete him. Don't be nice. Give it to him.
He had comfortable sleep soft.
That's right. Nice and that new confident when you pull it out that plastic. That's how soft he is. I'm talking about baby bottom soft. All right? Newborn baby soft. When you get that skin on skin, for those who have kids. Oh, the camera done fell back and everything.
Hey, man. Keep going.
Okay. When you have that brand new baby, that skin on skin, that's how soft that man is. See, when the Joker was emotional after his game, I felt I had sympathy for him because he played lights out. He played lights out the whole series. But when Embiid gets emotional, I show you no sympathy because when you bring your mouth, you got to back it up. You got to back it up.
So you got to shoot better than 33%.
But he was also playing like a point guard. He did not have his back to the basket the entire game.
Look, that's okay. So he definitely did play soft. Because as a big man, if you cannot force your way into the paint, you're useless.
You settling for jumpers. You putting the ball all over the floor.
He's not a good enough 3-point shooter to just shoot threes. And if you can't get in the paint, you're useless.
That's right.
That's why you shot 33%. 33%. You got to do better than that.
Let me ask you a question. Because I couldn't seem to find him. I don't know if you could. Where the hell was Ben Simmons at?
2 times chasing
This man played 42 minutes and only took 5 shots.
Why do you want him shooting when he can't shoot?
I don't mind. Get to the rim. Take it to the hole. Do something. You on the court for 42 minutes? I can't get that. He ain't give me no production.
Look, it's gonna be hard for him to score. It's gonna be hard for him to have a good offensive day because he has to play in transition. That guarding Kawahi, somebody who can give you 30, 40 a night, just takes a lot out your legs.
I understand that. But guess what? His legs and Kawhi's legs are a little different. Tell you why? He got them nice, youthful, young, energetic legs.
Obviously, he don't.
Look here. Ain't nobody tell him to stay in the club all night like he did in Toronto. 1 o'clock in the morning, you in the club, your team just lost. Go home, man. Don't y'all got curfew? Damn.
Man, the Sixers is a mess. Brett Brown needs to be fired.
No, he don't, man.
He obviously cannot or is not being empowered in a way that allows him to control his young stars. So, if that's the case, you have to bring somebody in who is and is going to instill the culture necessary for them to take the next step. Brett Brown was a nice, cool, developmental coach. He got you where you wanted to be. Now it's time to take the next step. He may not be the guy. Now, who can you go get? Hey, I don't know who's out there. But it may not be Brett Brown.
Let me ask you this question. Now, we just talked about this. Ben Simmons, LeBron James, possible trade. Mm-hmm. Do you agree or disagree with Ben Simmons being traded for LeBron James if that possibility occurs?
One, I don't know why the Lakers would do that. If he cannot handle being in Philly, if he cannot stay in the house being in Toronto, he's not going to be able to handle being in Hollywood. If you trade him for LeBron, knowing you have never developed anything. Now, maybe you have faith in Jason Kidd and his ability. Because he helped put together the Greek Freak.
Yes. Thank you. I'm glad somebody acknowledged. That's my boy.
But you're guessing.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see how he does with the few guys you got before you give away the best player you have. You only going to trade him for Ben Simmons? You're not going to get a ransom for LeBron? You're just going to trade him for one player straight up? Come on now, you can do better than that.
I agree with you on that now.
Now, I would do something like go and trade if I'm trading and I want a point guard, I'm trying to get Jay Monte.
So you trade him with Phoenix?
If they get the Jay Monte.
If they get the pick.
It depends on who gets the pick. It depends who. Yeah, it depends on who gets the pick. You might be able to get Jay Monte and something else. If it's Phoenix, hey, we can get you DeAndre Ayton with that thing. Go ahead and get you Josh Jackson. He a dog. I trade Ben Simmons for Josh Jackson. Not Ben Simmons, Brandon Ingram. I think Josh Jackson just got a little more dog in him.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a little more dog in him. He's not a better player.
Well, we do know he got a lot of dog in him.
Yeah.
It's just that he just can't run very far. For those that don't know, he was also arrested.
Breaking news.
Breaking news. Since you talk about Josh Jackson, he was arrested.
That's the only reason I brought it up.
Yeah, I think he was. Josh Jackson got arrested, ladies and gentlemen, at Rolling Loud this past weekend. And apparently he was trying to get into the VIP section, and the man didn't have a pass. He faced a felony evading police, and resisting arrest. He was caught, by the way. That's why.
How you can't get away from some officers? And you a professional athlete.
You an NBA player. You can't run from the police, man.
But look. Why would you run anyway? You 6'6" with all that afro. It's only 5 of y'all in the state that can run like that. They not even finna chase you. They just gonna go to your house and wait.
Oh, that's John Jackson, bro. Leave him alone, man. He got this.
He gonna go to your house and wait. He not even finna chase you.
All right, man. Let's talk about next series as well. Raptors in Milwaukee. What's your prediction for this series?
Milwaukee in 6.
Milwaukee in 4.
Milwaukee's just a better team.
Yeah, agreed. I feel like Milwaukee's a better team. Playoff K is going to affect.
Bledsoe finna be all over playoff K.
Good Google the movie.
Like
That
I told
bulldog.
you, he got 5 minutes. He got 5 minutes. Eric Bledsoe finna. Bledsoe, look, I give you special bait. You get off and play okay. Woo, I'm gonna give you some special bait. This that new genetically modified and engineered bait. It jump on the line by itself. You ain't even got to throw it. It jump on there and cast itself. Come on now.
Stupid, man.
All you gotta do is sit there and look at it. Go and get in that thing, boy. Go ain't getting that water.
Look, man, let me say this, man. I got Milwaukee in 4. I feel like because Kawhi had to do so much against Philly, that he might not have them legs under him against Milwaukee. And Milwaukee's been sitting at home for almost a week now, well rested, preparing for this moment. And I think this is probably going to be the best series because, let me not say the best series. This will be the best matchup between the demigod and the claw. Mm-hmm. So I'm excited for this series.
True, it could be, but I think Toronto is just so bad without Kawhi on the floor. That's why I would have tried to keep DeRozan. Because if you take the Kawhi out, but you still got DeRozan.
I don't understand why they traded DeRozan and not Kyle Lowry. You can have Kyle Lowry on the bench.
You don't know what their offers were.
True. But
you're not gonna trade Kyle Lowry for Kawhi and DeRozan sitting there. I'm not even answering the phone. Like every time you bring that up, I'm just hanging up. Like you gotta give me somebody back who can score.
Right.
So I get it, but they're terrible without Kawhi on the floor. Bucks are a better team. I think that's going to allow Giannis to actually have a better. It's going to be easier for him to have his nights versus Kawhi because there'll be more room on the floor.
All right, man. Let's do this. Let's go on to the next topic. Mm-hmm. Let's talk about it. Let's get into it. Center pyramid. We did 2 different pyramids. We got 2 center pyramids here. Zay's is on the left and mine is on.
Make it big.
What?
Make it big. I can't see it on the screen. There you go.
All right. Zay's is on the left. Mine's on the right here. And we'll start off with Zay's center pyramid. Joker as your number 1. I like that. I won't disrespect that. I agree with that. Matter of fact, he's my number 1. Mm-hmm. And my tier 1. I think there's just no argument at this point, especially what he's done in the postseason, especially given what he's done outside of that. This he's number 1. All right.
Okay.
Your tier 2
features Mr. Bubble Guts, Mr. Technical himself, and Mr. All I want to do is hoop and play video games. Look, I did my list based off skill. Now, if I factor in who was there, playoffs, all that, I wasn't doing all that. List probably look different. Cousins has been hurt for a while, but I do feel like he's still one of the top centers in the league when he's healthy. So, thing with Joel and Cat, being stuck out there in that West, it's hard to get in the playoffs. But I do feel like, just talent-wise, he's one of the better centers. He don't have that dog, though. The dog ain't there. The dog real quiet. They don't bark much. It's well trained. It ain't rowdy enough. He could take his game to the next level. But who I got? Julius Randle. He was, like you were saying earlier, he was top 5 in every every statistic associated with the centers. So he had to make the list. I don't know why Andre Drummond's up there. That's not part of my list. Steven Adams. I just like Steven Adams. That's why he's up there. It ain't got nothing to do with his stats. I feel like he's big, he hustles, he rebounds, he's tough, he slides his feet well enough to get good contests on certain layups and guard pick and roll situations. And Jared Allen is a defensive machine, good rebounder, blocks a lot of shots. If he's not blocking shots, he's changing shots. He makes shots very difficult. You got Hassan Whiteside. I like how his ability to move his feet. He's both offensively and defensively sound. He's very fundamental. He does have a little jumper, enough to make you have to come out there and get him. But he's not all power. He's got good finesse. I just really like how he plays. He's a little more old school. I had to pass up on Rudy Gobert just for Steven Adams. That's my boy. That's my boy. You know, that's my boy. Who is my other guy?
Clint
Capella. Yeah. Clint Capella. I like him. He moves his feet well. He rebounds, rim runs strong. He's tough on the inside. Blocks a lot of shots. He's got a good motor. Plays hard every night. But that's my pyramid. What you got?
All right, let's get to the real pyramid here. Let's take it here. So we got Joker at 1. All right, this is just no beat. There's no explanation for that. Number 2, we got Embiid, Julius Randle, and Juicefic, the boy from Portland. I put him as my 2. You already know what Embiid does, inside-outside game. We've seen a lot more outside game this last game, but he has an inside-outside game, and the only thing stops Embiid is Embiid. Julius Randle top 5 statistically in every category for center this year, and Juicefic, to me, if he plays against Denver, Portland wins that series 4-2, maybe even 4-1. I mean, Portland wins series 4-2. I
couldn't put him on my list. Just I got to see him when he come back.
Yeah, I get you. Now, as far as my tier 3, I had Rudy Gobert, the Frenchman. You know, the Mr. Defensive Player of the Year.
Stifle Tower.
Exactly. Blocks everything but couldn't defend Harden. DeMarcus Cousins, obviously. Clinton Capella for who he is. Then I got Andre Drummond and Cat Anthony Towns. I almost didn't put Drummond or Towns on my list for Steven Adams. But
you rather have Drummond than Steven Adams?
That's what I was.
Because Drummond,
I'm not Steven Adams.
Drummond. I was about to compare him to Greg Monroe. That's what I was thinking. Chill. Andre Drummond, he's solid. He just not. He's not enough of a difference maker the way Steven Adams is. It may be due to system. But maybe. I just don't rob him like that.
All right, so there's our set of pyramids, and let's go on to our last topic for the day, man. Last topic for the day. We gotta talk about it. What happened to your boy now?
No. Your boy. Oh, look. I never bounced his fighting skills. I said he got a good jump. Obviously, his jab ain't like that because they got a phone.
How the back pedal begin?
What back pedal?
Boy, you like Champ Bailey over there coming out them slides, boy. Over there looking like a young Dale Green. Deion Sanders, the way you backpedaling.
Nah,
listen here.
Backpedal.
That man got fed a 2-piece with no biscuit. None. He had to eat that. You ever try eating a Popeye's biscuit and not drinking nothing behind it? But that thing rough going down.
That's why you put butter on your biscuit. Maybe a little honey.
But what happened was KP got into an altercation in a bar in his hometown, and the 2 Russian guys that jumped KP jumped him because he left the New York Knicks and went to the Dallas Mavericks. And they used an object to strike him, which was a chair. They used a chair to beat this man up with. My thing is this, bro. You 7 feet tall. How did they reach you with the chair? How long was it? It had to be a long chair, man.
A good steel chair if you 6 foot.
Cuz he's 7 feet. He a whole foot taller.
But that's just right here, bruh. That's just right here.
But hold on.
If I got a steel chair, I'm taking that to you.
But cuz this man 7 foot tall, cuz.
Who said he seen him coming?
Cuz you 7 feet tall. You can't see that shit coming. You look down at that. You can't see it coming.
Man, look. Who said he was looking in a direction?
Cuz I'm fine. I'm about good 6'1". And I can see a chair coming from a mile away. I ain't even up there in the clouds, and I can see a chair when it's coming.
It's hard to see when it's cloudy.
Ah, man, when it's cloudy in the bar.
Hey, look, man.
You in the bar, you 7 feet tall. There's only so much space. Oh, you on 11, right?
I'm saying a bar brawl could jump off at any moment.
That man got.
They could have been sitting beside him and just. Hey,
That man got the reach of a long handle mop, and you over here talking about
bro, who
this-
said he could fight though?
who
Who said he could fight?
I ain't saying he can fight.
Ain't nobody say nothing about this man being in a fight and defending himself.
All right, Zay, we about to go ahead and wrap this up. Zay, tell the people they can find you on social media, man.
Zay Wiley, XAWILEY, Snapchat, Facebook, Instagram, the show, IG Jumping Wileys _world_ENT. Follow us on Twitter, the show page at Wiley's World or at World Wiley. What else we got? That's it. Right now for me. Remember, my sauce make your juice look like drink. And that's it.
All right, man, it's your boy Chedda the Guy. You can find me on all social media platforms at Chedda the Guy, and I'm in your mom's contacts on the Big Dick Willie. Follow me on all social media platforms at Chedda the Guy. Follow the show Wiley's World Sports Debate Podcast on Facebook. Follow us Wiley's World on Twitter. Follow us on Instagram Wiley's _world_ENT. And follow us on SoundCloud.com/TheGuyFlowShow. I already know what y'all about to say. We're going to get it changed. I promise you. It takes a minute. It's changed. It just takes like 30 days. So give it some time.
And wasn't no A+ back pedal.
Who said you had an A+ back pedal?
Just send me to the 2020 NFL Combine.
Who the
Pay.
All right, man. It's your boy Chedda the Guy. This is Wiley's World Sports Debate Podcast. We'll be back tomorrow with some hot and steamy topics. Until then, peace.